Hello, F1 fans, and welcome to F1 Blogs, your ultimate source for everything happening in Formula One. If you're passionate about staying updated with breaking news, driver insights, and the latest team changes, you've come to the right place. Today, we're diving into the unfolding saga of Lewis Hamilton's struggles this season with Mercedes. The seven-time world champion is feeling the weight of a tough year and is eagerly awaiting a fresh beginning with Ferrari. Stick around as we unpack all the details, share quotes from Hamilton himself, and look at what the future might hold. Lewis Hamilton is undoubtedly facing one of the most challenging seasons of his career, struggling with a car that seems unresponsive and inconsistent. As he approaches what appears to be his final year with Mercedes, Hamilton has voiced his mounting frustration with the team's performance. Despite several upgrades to the car following the mid-season break, Hamilton has found it increasingly difficult to bring out the best in the Mercedes. A crash in Austin added to his troubles, and though he managed slightly better results in Mexico and Brazil, his car's handling issues have persisted. This performance gap has been difficult for Hamilton, who has always relied on Mercedes to deliver competitive machinery. More frustratingly, George Russell, Hamilton's teammate, has been able to extract better performances from his own car, underscoring that Hamilton's issues might not be isolated. While Russell has been achieving more competitive lap times and results, Hamilton is left questioning why his car isn't performing as well. He openly admitted this has been a source of frustration, especially in a season where he hopes to close out his Mercedes career on a high note. For Hamilton, this year has become not just a test of skill but also of patience and endurance as he watches his car, in his words, underperform week after week. After years of unprecedented success with Mercedes, the stark difference in performance has taken a toll, prompting him to look to the future with Ferrari as a chance to return to his competitive form. A nightmare weekend in Brazil. The Brazil GP was particularly disappointing for Hamilton. The Interlagos circuit has always held a special place in his heart, and he typically thrives here. However, this year's race continued the recent trend of difficulties. After struggling through practice sessions, Hamilton's car did not respond well throughout the weekend. Following the race, he didn't hold back, describing the car's performance as unacceptable. The car hasn't been good all weekend. It's not acceptable, it's not good enough. We have to own up to this, myself included. I'm just the driver here, giving it my all, but I can only do so much, Hamilton said in post-race interviews. The introduction of new updates should have bolstered his car's handling, but instead, Hamilton has found the car even more difficult to manage. One of the most frustrating aspects of this situation is watching Russell achieve better results with the same team setup. Hamilton pointedly added, "For some reason, my car was the worst it's been this weekend, and I'm not sure why. We need to figure it out. One of the cars was running a lot better, so clearly there's potential there." The difference in performance between their cars highlights a potential underlying problem, one that has left Hamilton and his engineers scrambling for solutions. Hamilton's growing frustration reaches new heights. As a seven-time world champion, Hamilton is accustomed to competing at the highest level and has been vocal in his commitment to bringing Mercedes back to the front row. However, after months of repeated struggles, his frustration is becoming palpable. When asked about what might be causing the persistent issues, he retorted, "That's the million-dollar question. If you find the answer, I'll give you $1 million." Hamilton's response shows just how perplexing and vexing the car's shortcomings have been for him. He has spent weeks working closely with the engineering team to troubleshoot, yet the issues remain unsolved. Beyond personal pride, Hamilton has a vested interest in ensuring that his final season with Mercedes is a memorable one. Although his focus initially was on outperforming Russell, Hamilton has now shifted his mindset. Rather than fixate on beating his teammate, he's now aiming to collect as many valuable points as possible for the team, understanding that a podium finish might be unrealistic this season. Reflecting on his goals, Hamilton shared, "If they can give me a car that doesn't bounce all over the track in the next few races, then maybe we'll get some better results. But honestly, I'm just looking forward to Christmas at this point." His comments highlight both his weariness with the situation and his anticipation of moving on to Ferrari. What's next for Hamilton? As the holiday season approaches, Hamilton looks forward to closing out his final season with Mercedes and turning his focus to his upcoming journey with Ferrari. For Hamilton, the end of this year doesn't just mark a departure from Mercedes but also signifies a break from what has been an exhausting season of struggle and frustration. After nearly a decade with the team, Hamilton's legacy with Mercedes is well established, but the difficulties of this season have clearly affected him. Now, his sights are set on Ferrari, where he hopes to reignite his career and contend once again for the title. In leaving Mercedes, Hamilton isn't just changing teams, he's embracing a new chapter with one of the most iconic names in F1. Ferrari represents a chance for Hamilton to step into a new role, potentially as a mentor to young talent while also pursuing that elusive 8th world title. Ferrari fans are hopeful that his experience and drive will help elevate their team, which has shown flashes of potential in recent seasons but struggled with consistency. Hamilton's legacy and final thoughts. While the challenges of this season may seem disheartening, it's worth remembering that Hamilton's legacy with Mercedes has already been cemented. His numerous championships and record-breaking performances with the team will always be part of F1 history. Yet, Hamilton's choice to move on to Ferrari speaks to his unyielding drive and hunger for competition. This decision marks a new, exciting phase not only for him but also for the sport, as fans eagerly anticipate how Hamilton will fare with the prancing horse. As Hamilton wraps up his career with Mercedes, he's showing us that even champions face challenges, and how they respond to those challenges defines their legacy. For fans of F1, Hamilton's upcoming move to Ferrari will be one of the most thrilling stories to follow, and here on F1 Blogs, we'll be keeping you updated every step of the way. Thank you for tuning into F1 Blogs. If you enjoyed this breakdown of Hamilton's journey through a challenging season and his upcoming move to Ferrari, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and enable notifications. We'll be covering all the latest updates and insights in the world of Formula One, so stay tuned.